And out on the floor, shaking off the pregame jitters, these guys getting all set for tip-off. Welcome to 2K Sports. We're ready to brighten the weekend with some Saturday night basketball. In this game, we'll see the Charlotte Hornets against the Golden State Warriors here in Chase Center. I'm Brian Anderson, courtside, along with Grant Hill and Tim Legler. Allie LaForce will be joining us in just a moment. And with just about half the season in the books, checking in on the top rookies, starting to establish themselves as legit NBA talent. Well, we're in the middle of the season, and he's got to really step up to even get into the Rookie of the Year conversation.
Now that we're midway through the year, we know which rookies are impressing on a nightly basis.
And some guys are definitely separating themselves from the pack. But with rookies, things can turn in a hurry.
And a look at the starters for Charlotte. The perimeter tandem, Sexton and Miller. Then it's Mason Plumlee. Then it's Ball. And it's Salon in at the 4 slot. And for Golden State, Curry and Pods pairing up in the backcourt. Kuminga plays the 4 with Draymond sliding up to the 5. And it's Payton in at the 3. Now here's Sexton. As far as his production, he's averaging about 8 points per game. And the shot's good. And midway through the season, is this the point in the schedule where players start to feel some fatigue set in?
Oh, yeah. The adrenaline of the beginning of the year has worn off at this point. Everybody is feeling it. This is when you're counting on that preseason conditioning to get you through the rigors of a very long season.
Rest and recovery, most important thing this time of year.
No substitutes for those.
First quarter of play, a minute in. From 12 feet, and the rebound goes to the Warriors. Last time they came together was in Charlotte, where they fell to the Hornets.
And it was an entertaining game, but hard to win when you're inconsistent.
Sends it home from three-point land.
Well, that short corner 3 is a layup for Steph Curry.
Well, Tim, one of the more freakish athletes in the league is Jonathan Kuminga.
Yeah, Brian, he is electric in transition. His skill level and IQ are still developing, but it's really hard to put a ceiling on his potential.
So it's the Warriors now, after Charlotte's three-pointer on the other end. Lets it go. Nice shot by Kuminga.
Yeah, Kuminga's confidence is growing down there. Now when he gets the ball inside, he's actually looking to capitalize.
Here's Salon. Ball surveys the floor. And the Hornets, another 3.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
And we knew coming into this game, we expected him to be very involved early.
Now here's Payton. 14 points for him last game against New York. Here's Green. And the layup is good.
We know Green prefers to work up close. He loves getting those high percentage looks.
Here's Miller. And that one is stuffed right through.
I'll tell you what, it's good to be his age.
Yeah, I don't have memories like that at my age, though. Golden State has gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. Outside Pajemski. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. And a hand on it. Here's Salon. Pajemski grabs the board.
You'd like to see more effective ball movement there.
Well, that's just a wasted opportunity.
Curry finds Payton. From outside, off the mark. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Charlotte on top. They're up by 3. And quarter number 2 will get underway just after this short break. And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen from Charlotte?
Well, so far, they've got things rolling along nicely at the offensive end.
Yeah, the energy was there. The communication was there. I think they can build on this going forward.
And here's Charlotte now. 3-point lead. We've got Al Horford. He's out there with Quentin Post. Moody is out there with DeAnthony Melton. That's the group for Golden State as we kick off the second quarter.
We see this every night. He has the skill and versatility to keep a defense guessing.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Thank you, guys. The Warriors are trying to maximize what Steph Curry has left. Coach Kerr said, quote, "What we're watching with Steph is one of the greatest artists of all time in his twilight. What can we do to give him the best chance to perform, to make the game easier for him?" That's where we are. Back to you.
Looking to stay in the mix. Allie, thank you.
Yeah, I like that Knipple found a soft spot there. The mid-range could be a weapon for him.
Horford outside. Blocked! James, right side. Over Moody. Not enough on that one as it misses. Warriors trail by 7. And we just got Shams Charania on the line. Shams, I understand there's some big NBA news. Can you fill us in?
Hey, Brian. Closing in on the trade deadline, it's the Wizards front office getting things done. They're picking up Dylan Brooks, a defensive enforcer who always speaks his mind, but they think he's exactly what they need to up their intensity and protect their guys out there.
Always something going on, and we appreciate the update, Shams. Thanks. And Charles Lee wants a timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy. And with balloting underway, a chance to check out the leaders in the All-Star voting.
Well, it's so interesting to see where the players stack up right now.
You take a look at Curry. The fans certainly took notice of his play this year. He has the lead in the Western Conference voting.
And, you know, thinking back on all he's accomplished this season, that's right where I expected him to be.
It's shaping up to be a terrific All-Star weekend. More news to come as we receive it. And defense has been the strength of the Warriors. So what do they need offensively, Tim?
Well, B.A., they need more consistent scoring outside of Steph Curry. Jimmy Butler certainly has helped, but to win at the highest level, it requires more than one three-level scorer.
Pass to Pajimski. And he gets the bucket.
And I like the fact they didn't settle there. They worked for a higher percentage shot.
Here's Ball. And again, it's Charlotte converting.
Oh, man, they have really heated up from mid-range.
Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
Back to Curry. The three is up. Money! Stephen Curry, the three-point king.
Well, defending Curry before he catches the ball is so important. He's got such a quick release.
Sexton, that's good.
And give their offense some love. They've been the more efficient team.
Yeah, they have just found the better looks, and they are capitalizing.
Now here's Moody. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. That one goes in.
Such confidence as a passer. He hits guys in stride. It makes it look easy.
9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Miller. And Charlotte again with the bucket.
Wow, that's their 10th straight point coming off a mid-range jumper.
Curry looking it over. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shoots. Set it up with a fake, but it's offline. And so it's the Charlotte Hornets up by a healthy 8 points at the end of the period. What has them in front right now, by and large, they're taking great shots. All right, Allie's ready to go. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
Here with Coach Steve Kerr, your defense struggling to contain them in the first half. How do you remedy it?
We got to get back in transition. We got to make them feel us. You know, they're just running anything they want. We've got to at least disrupt the stuff they're trying to do.
Thank you, Coach.
Okay, Allie, appreciate it. And, folks, we'll be back after halftime to begin the third quarter.
Welcome to halftime, and after 2 quarters played, some ground to make up for Golden State.
They've got to play with more force defensively, if you ask me. You got to make them feel you.
Yeah, touch them up if you have to. Right now, they're putting up no resistance.
Moving on to our next topic, All-Star voting. A peek at the latest returns.
I think we have a good idea of who's going to make it, but a couple of bubble dudes who have said they really want this either need to step up or they're getting left out.
FOMO is powerful motivation.
And that'll do it for us. Thanks for stopping by. We'll head back down to Brian Anderson and crew for the start of the third quarter.
And we've got third quarter basketball here. 2 quarters in the books. You look at LaMelo Ball in this game. He's been everywhere.
Yeah, he played such a smart first half, maximizing his opportunities offensively.
And what more can you ask of him? That is helping out your team.
All right, Tim, let me get your thoughts on this NBA rule change. End of quarter heaves don't count toward a player's three-point percentage.
I love it. My paycheck directly reflected my shooting percentage. So we've seen players purposely let that thing go a split second after the horn. I think we should encourage guys to try to make that shot.
Nothing better than the false hustle, let it fly after the buzzer went off. Not anymore, though.
Absolutely. Very, very true.
On the court for the Hornets, the perimeter tandem, Sexton and Miller. Then it's Ball, then it's Mason Plumlee, and it's Salon in at the power forward. Here's Curry, after the basket by Charlotte. Curry at the rim!
And it just doesn't matter where Curry is on the court with that kind of touch.
No doubt, Stephen Curry is the best shooter of all time. Talk about what makes him special, Grant.
Well, B.A., he can hit shots under the most difficult circumstances, off balance, with only a sliver of daylight. And this is why teams often choose to double him the moment he crosses half court.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Thank you. Draymond Green's talked about his mind for the game. He said, I've never been the tallest or the fastest. We all have gifts. My IQ is a gift that was enhanced by great coaches. I was taught the game properly, so I'm very fortunate and extremely thankful for the coaches that I've had in my life. Back to you.
Paying tribute. All right, thank you, Allie. We've got 1:23 left in the third quarter. Here's Ball. And here are the Hornets with another bucket.
Well, they're winning this game in large part due to how efficient he's been, and it's why they'll continue to go to him.
And Steve Kerr wants a timeout. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. Moody's checked in for Curry. Okay, a chance to look at some numbers for Stephen Curry.
And by looking at his true shooting percentage over the last 5 games, you can see how much he's paying attention to his shot selection, and it's showing.
Into the third. 2 minutes in now. Pass to Pajemski. Here's Kuminga. There's the three. Hits the trifecta. Kuminga's got 7.
And their perimeter shooting numbers have been up since the start of the second half.
Ball right side. Again, Charlotte.
His play is a big reason why they're ahead. He hasn't missed a shot all night.
Pass to Green. Inside. There's Pajemski. And the bucket counts. And he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a 3-point play. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by in the third quarter. Here's Sexton and another basket for Charlotte.
And the D having issues slowing down their mid-range game.
Warriors trail by 9. Right side, Pajemski. Fires from deep. Gets the 3-ball to go.
Oh, I like their execution in the second half. They're keeping this game competitive.
Goes up on the baseline. All no good. Outside Pajemski. Puts up a three. Another three for Golden State.
The strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
Well, they certainly have the shooters to do it. It's just about finding that rhythm.
LaMelo Ball getting it done for the Hornets. He made a big impact, scoring 12 points in the quarter. Time for a quick break, then back to the action. Steve Kerr with some words for his players.
Get a couple stops, you get a couple runouts, get into our flow. All right, keep the ball moving.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far. With this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Curry and Pods pairing up in the backcourt. Kuminga plays the 4 with Draymond sliding up to the 5. And it's Payton in at the small forward position. So that's the group out there for Golden State.
Zero rim protection. Unforgivable in a tight ball game like this.
Well, I'm surprised because he's a guy you have to key on for something like that. You can't let him get one that easy.
Oh, what great action we've seen tonight. Hard to imagine a more entertaining game.
This is what the fans came to see. A lot of great plays going back and forth.
Get there.
Outside Sexton. Pulls the trigger. Old Green rips down the board. Warriors trail by 3. Here's the floater. No.
Yeah, this possession is make or break. They need points to stay within reach.
Sexton, 19-footer is good.
Great awareness by Sexton to find the soft spot. Nice pull up there, pure from mid-range.
And Steve Kerr calls timeout here. He clearly wants to talk it over and make sure everyone is focused. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
During that break, Coach Steve Kerr had some advice for the team. He applauded their shooting and their shot selection, saying, "We're taking the right threes, not forcing anything. Keep doing that, and they'll continue to fall." Makes the game easy, doesn't it?
As always, Allie, we thank you. Count it!
A nice little J from Sexton. When he's feeling it, he has a good touch on those shots.
Outside Payton. Outside Curry. Wide open. Oh, he nailed the jumper.
It's what we've come to expect over and over again. Steph Curry coming up big.
And we've got a timeout called by Charles Lee. There is a lot on the line, and he is determined to make sure everyone's on the same page. Ball nimble against contact inside.
Rock the baby. Working the size advantage inside.
The ball.
You gotta respect the enthusiasm LaMelo Ball brings to his game. He thrives out here under the bright lights with all eyes on him.
Now Green shoots a 3. Ball there for the rebound. Miller against Payton. 17-footer on the way. Down it goes.
Both sides are simply waiting for the clock to make it official. This is going to end up in the books as a nice win for the Hornets.
I was really impressed with their attitude today, Graham. Competitive game, they battled through every step of the way.
And BA, can you say big-time effort and energy? I mean, just a tremendous performance. They were well-deserving of this win.
And give them credit for what'll be their 38th win of the year.
And against a non-conference opponent, you really want to win the first one. They'll go into the next one knowing how to beat this team for sure.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for LaMelo Ball.
So impressed with his performance today. He was confident, he was composed, and the defense just didn't know how to adjust.
And a tough break as his second attempt is no good at the line.
Well, LaMelo Ball gets a lot of attention for his flashy play, but not enough for his high basketball IQ. I mean, he sees the floor incredibly well.
And he commits the intentional foul. First free throw is good, and that increases the lead to 6. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
Yeah, making all of their free throws right now is a great way to extend the lead.
Time called here. The Warriors decide to talk it over. 26 seconds left to play in the fourth. One second separating the shot clock and the game clock. The triple drops.
This is when you need a defensive presence, but it's just not happening.
And that's been the theme of the night. Stringing together stops has been difficult.
And a smart choice right there. I mean, you can't allow them to just drain the clock.
So the first one drops, and that puts him up 5. And so he drops them both, and it's a 6-point ball game. And so it's Curry with it. He brings it up for Golden State. Now Green, uncovered, rebounded by Miller, and they go to the intentional foul. Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
Yeah, with the size and versatility Miller brings to the table, he's a tough cover for just about anyone.
And he hits both free throws here, and it's an 8-point ball game. It's good from beyond the arc. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Yeah, and there's no question they have to foul. Now, I'm sure they would have preferred to avoid it.
He gets the first, and that increases the lead to 6. So he gets them both, and it's a 7-point game. And so it's Charlotte winning this one. Just a gutsy performance on the road.
It really was. When this one was up in the air late, they showed how tough-minded they are as a team.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For reporter Allie LaForce and for Tim Legler and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson saying thank you for joining us. And now let's take a look at our player of the game, LaMelo Ball.